Today we are going to be reading a holiday book called Mooseltoe. Look at that moose, isn't he funny? And then you have a craft that you can do at home after the story is done to just add a little holiday cheer. So this story, Mooseltoe, is written by Margie Palatani and illustrated by Henry Cole. And we've been talking about our dedications, so here is the dedication for Francine, who is always perfectly perfect, and to Catherine, who makes every day feel like Christmas with love. Reminds me of Kid Preston. He said we should always treat people like it's their birthday. 'Twas the season, and Moose was merry. He joyfully tickled the ivories with a tuneful of tidings, and a flurry of fa-la-las. He was so full of ho-ho-hos, even his mustache had the holiday spirit. But Moose was more than just a bit merry and bright. He was busy, busy, busy. There was a lot to be done on his list of to-dos, but with orderly organization, a bit of regimentation, lots of imagination, and just plain old Moose know-how, getting ready for the big day should have been simple, easy, yes, in all probability, just perfectly perfect. This is probably your parents' to-do list for the holidays. He wasted not one merry minute. Moose got moving and put some hustle into the holiday bustle. He went to work. He wrote cards and letters till his hooves hurt. Check. He shopped till he dropped. Check. So he's got a checklist. So he did his cards and he went shopping. He hauled home boxes and bags and presents galore. Moose had gifts for everyone stacked from ceiling to floor. Check, check, check. Then he wrapped, yo, 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 and he ribboned, ho, ho, ho. And on each and every package he tied a big, beautiful bow. Check and double check. So far, so simple, so easy, perfectly perfect. Just like in the dedication. Another look at the list, and Moose headed for the kitchen. He pulled out the pots and the pans and the bowls, sifted through stacks and racks of cookbooks. When you sift through something, you look through it. He whisked with his left, spooned with his right. Moose baked tons of tins of cookies, check. Dozens of cakes, breads, and sweets, check, check, check. He made jellies, sticky jams. Moose roasted a goose and some chestnuts, and he toasted marshmallows and yams. Check, 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 triple check. Yes, yes, so simple, so easily, but, of course, so perfectly perfect. Decorations were up next on this list of things to do and get done, so Moose decked the halls, then spruced up the walls. When you spruce something up, you make it look better. He beaded, bowed, and Mooseltoed. He gathered garlands, ropes, wreaths, and holly. Jingle bells sang Noels. Oh, good golly, this Moose was jolly. Check, 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 check. That is a big moustache. Last but not least, he hung all the stockings, each and every one with special care, and just in time too. Soon Santa would be there. Check and final check, yes sirree. Getting ready for Christmas was an absolute snap, and so simple, so easy. And if he did say so himself, Moose thought totally, utterly, completely, perfectly perfect. So he is all ready. On the night before Christmas, Mother, little Sissy, Bucky, and Junior looked all through the house. What a good job Moose had done. Everything looked beautiful, festive, quite fine indeed. There was just one minor problem, if you will. Oh dear, sighed Miss, as the five stared at the empty corner. Oh my, oh me, oh gee. Pop, what happened? Cried Junior. You forgot the... What do you think he forgot to do? They're looking at an empty corner. What might you put in a corner at Christmas? Did you say a Christmas tree? You're right. Oh my goodness, Mooseltoe forgot the Christmas tree. Oh, I guess it's not going to be perfectly perfect. Moose first hooved it down to the corner, not a tree to be had. Then he slid around the block. Oh, things were looking bad. He went down every boulevard, street, and little road, and he looked down lanes and alleys. Every tree had been sold. There wasn't a branch, not a twig, not even one lousy bulbous bough hanging around. Nope, not a nothing, not a tree to be found. So what problem does Mooseltoe have in the story? Think for a minute. You're right, he can't find a Christmas tree and he forgot to put one up. Oh no, how is he going to solve this problem? So back came the kids carrying a big pot of glue, and without a word to another, they knew just what to do. They each took a part, grabbing strands, taking hold, then carefully and so carefully they glopped and they plopped, they pasted and they pressed, and they curled and they twirled every which way a follicle could fathom, until magnificent moustache was indeed even more of a marvel to see. Look at what they're turning into the tree. Oh my goodness. Moose was just a few needles shy of being an evergreen tree. They strung Moose with lights from his head to his toes and draped him with tinsel beginning right with his nose. They hung balls that were shiny and bells that twinkled, candy canes, berries, plums, sugar sprinkled. Then they all stood back. Junior plugged in his pop. Yes, Moose truly was one incredible sight. He was glorious and glowing, and oh boy, was he ever bright. Then Junior placed the star on top of the moose's head. He gave him a kiss and a pat, and they all headed off to bed. Except Moose, of course. He stayed in the corner instead, still twinkling and blinking and waiting for Santa. Why does Moose have to stay downstairs? Oh, he's the Christmas tree, so Santa's got to put presents under the tree. Oh, it wasn't so simple and it wasn't so easy. And okay, it wasn't perfectly perfect. But do you know what? Look at that beautiful Mooseltoe tree. It was pretty close. Ho, ho, ho! So now you guys are going to use hands and the moose's face and the mustache I gave you, and you are going to make your own Mooseltoe and decorate him in the most beautiful tree you've ever seen. Mrs. Bass gave you some supplies, but if you have other stuff around home you want to use, that's perfectly okay. I can't wait for you to show me your Mooseltoes, and I would love to put them on our class website to add some holiday spirit. I hope you enjoyed the book. Have fun on your craft.